이게 사실 정규 리그가 아니라
I have no idea what just happened.
뭔가 문제가 있으면은
It looks like he's bringing in the technician right now. And they're going to check it out. I'm wondering why Spiffbane actually chose for me a match where something like this happened. This is sort of an interruption and kind of hard to deal with for an amateur commentator like myself. Xavier looking a little bit frustrated there, which is understandable if if a technical problem is going to come in here and sort of mix things up for him. When you get your head into the game of StarCraft, and you sort of got just in your mind, you know where all the units are, you know what you've looked at recently. The pacing of the game is very important, and at pro level play, just the timing of how things come together is extremely detailed and intricate, and I imagine that any kind of pause or distraction from that could be a real disruption. And I guess they're just going to come back and continue the game. So maybe we'll find out later and let you know in the next video what happened there. But so he's just going to continue this harass, and you can see there that the natural on this map has a nice little ridge around it, which really helps for Muta harass. I don't believe that like Blue Storm recently has really become a Zerg Mutalisk dominated map just because of how the natural is set up. It's really tough to defend. It's tough to get up turrets in proper positions, and it's tough to maneuver your Marines back there to defend your SCVs. So, and here Firebat chasing down a drone, so those Mutalisks are going to take down a few Marines, but really their day is sort of ended here, and it looks like Xavier's chosen to move on to bigger and better things. We'll see what that is. Like I say, I'd love to see defilers out of him. And these Marines are going to get caught a little bit off route. That probably could have been better if Xavier were a little more up to it there. If he had those Mutalisks grouped properly, seeing Marines come at you in a line like that is just delicious for any kind of pro level Mutalisk micro. So, and Xavier here setting up a new base in the lower right hand corner, which is going to be important. It's going to be important for him to be able to keep that well protected here in the near future, but it doesn't look like hasn't been all that aggressive at all this game. He's sort of content to just sit back. It looks like he's really trying to get to those science vessels, and that'll definitely help him in the long run with pretty much any strategy that Xavier chooses to go. Like I mentioned before, the science vessel marine is a really powerful strategy, and it's been put to frequent use recently. So, and definitely Siege just found out the base in the lower right-hand corner, and he's got a single Firebat there. So I'm not quite sure what he's hesitating for, but with some attentiveness, that those Lings should be able to take down that wounded Firebat without a problem. And let's see here, going after that science vessel with a few Scourge is really important. Even just catching one science vessel at a time here and there is extremely important. You really have to keep the numbers low. A little bit careless there, losing some Zerglings where he shouldn't have needed to. And we're going to need to see defilers out here pretty soon. We're going to need to see something to turn back this force. He had to know that this was coming, and I'm surprised that we've gotten so far into this game without seeing much of anything out of Xavier besides that small Mutalisk force and a bunch of Lings running around. And that Irradiate, oh my god, that Irradiate is just, he's not even properly splitting up his units there. I don't know, that is just clumsy, or maybe he's just given up already, but that was ridiculous. He had those Mutalisks all in a group there and did not split them up, even though they were being controlled for hit and run. This has been a real blunder by Xavier, which I unfortunately can't say I didn't expect at this point, but really just kind of pathetic here. He just sort of pulled up in his base and didn't really have a lot of units, and then got steamrolled. And it wasn't even really all that close either, actually. He's getting out these Ultralisks right now, but even if those had been up before this attack started, I really don't think that there was much that they would be able to do. With this number of Marines, he's gonna definitely need some higher tier units to support those. So he's gonna need swarm and things like that. But real pathetic, to be straight. Definitely not the savior that I knew and loved. But like I say, I still watch him. I still pull for him. So we'll see what he can do in game 2. And I will be back for that. So don't miss it.
이게 상당히 큰 그런 경기가 아니기 때문에 마저 선수 실망할 건 없지만은 아카디아 II 저가 충분히 할 수 있을 만한 그런 전장.